All right, so in this video, I have a couple new pickups for you guys. I just want to show you guys that I got through the week, and let's go ahead and get into the video. What is going on, guys? Hes here, collectivekicks.com. If you guys want to shop this week's top sneaker deals, check the link in the description, and happy shopping. Honestly, the last month has been pretty dry, obviously, with the state of everything right now is just kind of craziness, and so there hasn't been a lot of really good sneaker sales that I usually been posting, but I'll get back on top of that here pretty soon. Let's go ahead and get into the video. I have a couple of different pairs here. This one right here is the main one that I want to show you guys. It's the one that I created with the Nike by You, like basically Nike ID, and I really like the results of this. I haven't been inspired to create something in a long time, and one of the evenings last month I was just searching around and just trying to compile something, and I made that up. But before I get into that, I want to show you a couple other things. Got a pair of Jordan 1s that came like 3 weeks late, and then also I got a pair of sneakers that you guys are probably not going to know the brand of right here, but you guys, well, actually you might not know the brand that created the sneaker. You'll know the brand that designed the sneaker. So this is a We Are Underdogs Seth Fowler collaboration. Big shout out to Seth for sending my pair over to me. Much appreciated, man. It's been cool to know that this guy has come from the beginnings of a couple years ago at SneakerCon New York. I met him. He had, I think, 3,000 or 4,000 subscribers, and now the guy has far surpassed my subscriber count. His view count is crazy, but more importantly, his content is super solid, and it's something that's enjoyable for people to watch, and really polished stuff. And I remember telling him a long time ago, just keep the format, man. Your format is amazing, which I'm sure he already knew that. So much so that he was able to create his own collaboration with this company, We Are Underdogs. Now, this is the design that he came up with, the colorway and everything else. If you guys want more information, I'll link Seth's channel in the description, and you can go and check out his design journey on these sneakers, because I did see a lot of posts that he did about the design journey, and fortunately for me, I'm terrible and I didn't actually click every single one of them and watch all the videos, mostly due to family time constraints as usual. But great job on the shoe, man. I love the blocking in the shoe. There's a couple elements of the shoe that just look kind of cool. I like the little cross stitching with the X's. The blues and the grays are very subtle. And then also he included some orange laces instead of the white ones. So you have flat whites and then rope laces. But this is a shoe that he designed, man, and it's going to go on my wall back over on that side, which is some of just the gems that I have in my collection. And something like this is just cool to be able to get, man. So Seth, thank you so much for sending this over. And I was really searching to try to find my Fowler Customs t-shirt to do this video, because I thought it would have been rad to be able to do, but unfortunately it didn't happen. And the other thing that sucks is Seth and I usually connect over ComplexCon, because that's like literally the only event that I go to every year. And unfortunately this year's is canceled, obviously due to COVID and everything else, which is a bummer, but you know, hopefully we'll be able to link up in person again in the near future. Thank you again to Seth for sending this over. I'll move this over to the side. Next up, we have a pair of Air Jordan 1s that released the other week. Caused a lot of hype. I was actually going to do a separate video on this, but it came so late that it's like, what's the purpose of doing that? But maybe you guys can go ahead and leave a comment and let me know if you guys want to see a separate video of just these. Like, also, the best thing that I think you guys could do is leave a comment with the title of the video that you guys would like to see with these in it. So like, after the hype, Air Jordan 1s, something like that. I mean, I don't even know if you just want me to do a review on them or not. Honestly, it's a decent shoe. The color blocking is cool. It's the unfragments, I guess. It's the non-fragment Air Jordan 1s that look like the fragments that is super mega hyped up now. But you know, a lot of people were gassing up the leather quality on these, and honestly, for me in hand, it's just not that good. And of course, when we're talking about leather quality, we're talking about Air Jordan 1 sneakers or Air Jordan sneakers in general, which are not the best quality leather in general. So I'm not saying a good quality comparison to like what good quality leather is. I'm talking about good quality comparison to other Air Jordan sneakers. And this is just okay. It's not anything amazing. The blue leather's okay. The black leather's just a little bit okay. There's definitely better black leather being used on other Air Jordan 1s, and the white leather is super okay as well. So, but not that impressive, honestly, but the color blocking of this shoe is something that I do appreciate. I think that they did a good job on that. One thing that they changed up on these and make these 170 instead of the 160 price tag is the pull tab is leather. Now, I got made fun of in a different video because I mentioned it's a leather pull tab. That's why it's like $10 more, most likely because it's more premium. I'm not saying it justifies a $10 price increase because of the leather pull tab. I'm just letting you know that that is one of the main differences It's not a nylon one, it is leather. Did you guys cop a pair? Did you guys get a pair on a retail run, or are you looking on the open market waiting for the prices to dip a little bit more? The resale isn't super crazy on them, but it's actually surprising that it's as high as it is considering it was a mass GR. Some of these mass GRs really hit, and this is one of them that actually hit really well, I think. So definitely a decent sneaker. So that is 2 of the pairs, which brings me to the main event, at least for me. Because this is one that I was really excited to get. I loved going and creating on Nike ID back in the day. They had a lot more options, I think, and the color combinations were there and the inspirations were there to create fun things. I feel like they're getting some of that back, but they need to have more options available, in my opinion. This is what I created, though. This is Nike by You. Usually it says my name right here, but they didn't actually put my name, which is unfortunate. The other pair that I got recently did have my name, like the Levi Air Max 90s, but this one has some paper inside, and this is my sneaker. We have a pair of Air Max 90s, one of my favorite Air Max models of all time. I just love this model. It's probably one of the most uncomfortable ones of all time, at least for me too, because I have horror stories where I've told you guys that I went to New York when I was younger and I walked around in Air Max 90s the entire time. And I still remember going to the Bodies exhibit, which is that crazy exhibit that I think is in Vegas now in like the Luxor, where the body's all split and you could see the muscles and everything else inside the body, which was nuts. I still remember walking through that exhibit, but it was towards the end of my trip and I was wearing Air Max 90s and I could not walk anymore. I literally had to sit down because my feet hurt so bad. And I was a lot more fit back then than obviously I am now. Old man Hess over here. But regardless of that, Air Max 90 is still one of those models that is one that I absolutely love. So this is the Air Max 90 that I created, and the inspiration is actually written right on the tongue, which is something cool that I thought you could add. Instead of just having it say Nike Air, it does say Panda on it. And I do have the Nike SB Panda Pigeon as well as the Dunks. I got this pair from Index PDX. I paid resale for it because I just really wanted this Panda inspired Pigeon Dunk. But then a couple weeks later, I actually got gifted this box right here from Jeff Staple himself. I've showed it in a couple recent videos, but it's worth showing again, especially in this one, since the design is kind of in honor of this shoe right here. So Jeff Staple wrote me a little note here, and then inside the box, it is the special version with the Panda imprinted on the inside of the Dunks. So there's 2 different versions there, and then it even came with some Chinese New Year money right here. Let's open it up and see what's inside. It has some Staple stickers inside here. So yeah, this box set is just super crazy dope. And so I actually took the inspiration of that Panda design and created this pair of sneakers here. Now the little subtle hits of green on here is a nod to the bamboo for Pandas, and you even have the bamboo on the insole of the Dunks. And so I kind of strategically put it back here, just a little hit of the Nike Air logo in a green color. I wish I could have used a brighter one, but that's the only one that they had available. Again, the downside to be able to create on Nike by You is that you can't have every single color of the color wheel. You have the selections that they give you. Now the upper looks just black and white, but I actually layered a bunch of different materials over top of it to try to give it more, like, I guess, texture and dynamic as you're holding them in hand. There's the mudguard up the side is actually white leather. And then you have this like felt material that's like a synthetic up the side that's a little bit softer, kind of panda fur-like. And then on the toe box, you do have a white mesh. For the black swoosh, it's also like a felt-like material. And then the Nike Air logo on the side is black as well. But this is something that I changed from the first design that I really like. And that's the eyelets of the shoes are black and they're kind of round. And they remind me of the panda's face. So they kind of remind me of the eyes and the ears, how there's black around both. And so kind of the idea of that was having the little spots on each side. It just was a nice little nod to that in my opinion. And then I went with a black midsole, but also paired with a little bit of an off-white colored midsole because not all panda fur is like completely stark white. Sometimes it's a little dirty looking. So I incorporated that in the midsole with like cream color right there. The air unit in the inside, just to contrast, the white is black. So it kind of staggers black and white through the entire shoe. And then on the bottom, I just really like the look of this. The light gum sole I thought was a better choice than the regular gum sole just because the brown really made no sense. This one kind of looked more like again like a dirty white and a different layer of that white coloring. So I just like the overall results. If I change one thing on here, it might just be the laces, just because the laces in black kind of hide the fact that there's black eyelets on each side. So I might just do white laces up the front. But again, that last little detail of the panda name underneath the Nike sign was really clutch for me because you can only do like I think 5 or 6 letters on each shoe, so I had to come up with something clever, and that's what I ended up coming up with. And to me, this just looks like a factory made pair of Nikes. Like, you could probably walk in the Nike store and pick up a pair that look like this. I mean, I think the color blocking looks pretty good on it. But that's my 2 cents. So what do you guys think about my design, and what was the last thing that you guys created on Nike ID? I'll link Nike by You in the description, and you can see the other models that they have available, some Air Force Ones and some other things that you can actually go out there and design your own pair of sneakers on. There's an Air Max 1 as well. That there's some really cool designs out that you can make. But this one spoke to me enough that I pulled the trigger and bought them. I think they were 160 or 170. I can't remember, to be 100% honest. But in my opinion, worth it to be able to customize and create a one of one just for yourself in this sort of manner. I absolutely love doing this. And if you guys want to see more of these type of sneakers, like, I'll just start jumping on in my spare time and just designing stuff for fun. Because I like to be able to make themed sneakers and pop culture inspired sneakers a lot of the times, just to bring some sort of unique twist to it, I guess, if you will. But anyway, that is the shoe. But shout out to Jeff Stable for the panda joints here and the inspiration and the foundation for what I was able to create here. That is the video. Hopefully you guys are having a safe day out there, a safe time, safe evening. It's craziness out there, so just be as safe as you can be. And I appreciate you guys for stopping by and watching the video. If you guys are interested in seeing more of my sneaker content, hit the subscribe button, notification bell to be notified of when my videos go live. But have a good day again. Peace, guys.